Alright, so this video is about how to do Hardie board and bat siding by yourself. I couldn't find much information online about doing this yourself. A lot of them, they have a crew that puts these up and they'll mark the center of these sheets like this in the center, and then they'll shoot a laser across the whole wall, and that laser will be set at whatever they want the bottom to hang down over your mud sill below it. And I didn't have anybody to help me, or at least not enough help to come out and do the whole thing. And so what I did was I ended up putting a band board along the bottom here, and then I put a flashing over the top of it. I'll show you. I put flashing over the top so that the water won't just sit on it. And the way I leveled that, because I had trouble getting around the corners with the laser, was I used a water level. I think I have one end of it here on the ground still. This is a water level, so I set this on one wall, and then I had my wife look at it, and then I went to various spots all the way around the house so that I could find the same location all the way around. And then I marked that and measured down to the top of my band board, and that's how I did that. So for these sheets, these are 4x9 sheets. They're really heavy, and I'm having difficulty lifting them myself. That's my pile there. So what I've been doing is putting them on this cart, wheeling them over, and then lifting them up onto my band board here. And then what I do to hold them in place, I guess first of all, I put them on, I made a 1/4 inch. Hardie wants you to have a 1/4 inch gap below them, so I made strips that are 1/4 inch thick. I think this is like MDF, so I had to wrap it in plastic. I tried to cut 1/4 inch strips of little pieces of 2x4, and they ended up breaking. And the bottom of these things they're really fragile. So if you don't have like a big enough little shim under there, it'll start to like fray at the bottom and crack, and that's what happened to me. So I made these, I put them under there. These are working a lot better than the other shims I was using. So I lifted up on the wall, and then to keep the sheet from falling back over while I make sure it's level and all the way pushed in, I just lean I think that's like a 2x10 or 2x12 up against it, and that works pretty good to hold it. One other trick for, like, if you have you can see, like, this is zip sheathing, so those are 4x8 sheets, so you can see where the next sheet will go, and there's enough thickness there that I'll probably be able to just lift it up. But if you have a really skinny piece, one idea I came up with was to cut the sheet down below where you want to lift it up, and cut it on this pallet here that's 8 feet long. And then what you can do is you can lift it up, and that'll keep it from snapping in half, because the sheets they're actually not very strong. They're pretty flimsy, but once you have it up vertical, they're a lot stronger. And so that's one trick I have for doing windows. But if I were to do this again, I'm a 1/4 of the way around the house. It's a lot of work to do with one person. It'd probably be a lot easier with 2 people. But I'll try and upload some more videos of this once it's a little closer to completion. One thing to note is I'm using ring shank nails, and it's not with like I think usually you use one of those coil nail guns. I don't have one. So I'm using my Hitachi framing nailer with a flush nailer tip on it. And I couldn't find a shorter nail, so the nails are 2-inch, and I think that Hardie wants you to use a shorter nail. But I'm just gonna use this and see how it goes. And they don't want you putting the nails right in the corner. They want you to put it like 2 inches down, because if you put it in the corner, you'll crack it. And then they don't want you any closer than, I think, 3/8 to the edge, because that'll also crack the edge too. All right, this video, I'll try and get some updates out, and I hope this helps you if you are trying to do this by yourself.